pop-ups and bass.
Let's go.
All right, here we are again. Sorry it's been a while, been very busy with Nino this summer, but excited to do this race course preview for the Dirty Dog Dare, a 4, 8, and 16, yes you heard me right, 16-hour endurance mountain bike race at the beautiful Fallen Creek Park in Bedford, Virginia, put on by RVA Racing, my good friend Dennis Dempsey, and Bedford County Parks and Recreation. And this is going to be in the third week of September, I think around the 20th, 21st, somewhere around there. And we are excited. Nino, his mom, Bethany, myself, and trying to get my buddy Brandon Helms to join up and put ourselves on the podium in this 16-hour race, looking to do 120 to 150 miles. We'll see how eager Nino is. But that being said, this is a race course preview. I'm excited to show you because this course is amazing. And just follow along the whole video. We don't fast forward anymore. Nino goes fast enough. Won't be too much longer. We haven't put it in slow mode to make it possible to do this. But it's a little over 20 minutes, and it's going to give you a highlight reel of the actual race course and some of the things that Lee and I talked about the event with camping and registration and all the various things that you need to know, the inside scoop. So watch this, follow along, and let's plan to be there together in the third week of September in beautiful part of Virginia, Bedford County, and absolutely one of the prettiest times of the year if you're not from around here. It's perfect conditions almost every year, and I pray that it will be on this day as well. So follow along and stay tuned because I'm going to give you some information you need to know. All right, at the beginning of the video, you saw the Dirty Dog Dare logo, and then immediately after that was a screenshot of rvaracing.com. That's where I encourage you to go find out information about the event. It's got free camping. It's a dog friendly. They're actually having a cool dog running race that morning. You are super rad if you do that with your dog and then do the 16-hour bike race. I'm just going to say you take the cake with that one. I'm not going to do it with you. That being said, RVARacing.com, check it out, and all the other races that RVA Racing does. They're amazing. We're actually going to one this weekend, Thunder Cross, in Earlysville, Virginia. It'll be the first time I've ever been there, but we're excited about it. So Nino loves cross. So check out them. The Facebook page is active as well. They keep it up to date. Bedford County Parks and Rec, they put their money where their mouth is when it comes to hosting events and making sure that the word gets out. So check that out. It's on bikereg.com. That's where you register. And let me tell you, the price of this event is absolutely where it's supposed to be. I commend Bedford County Parks and Rec and RVA Racing because their events are reasonably priced. If you know me well enough to know that's one of the biggest things that I'm a critic about is these promoters, and I get some of them, it's their livelihood, but still, man, a cross-country or even an endurance mountain bike race, there is no reason for these things to be a couple $100s. It's ridiculous. I'm a promoter. I've done it for over 10 years, close to 15 years now. There is no reason it should ever be that expensive. In Bedford County, RVA Racing, they make it reasonable. Check it out. It's worth the money. Trust me. That being said, I've been to this course many times. Years and years ago, good friend that's since passed, Kenny Palmer, who used to be in charge of Bedford County, started doing a bunch of bike races, and we would go and support his events, and he was a great promoter and a great friend, and I know he's in a puffy cloud in heaven right now. I do miss you, Kenny, but that being said, his legacy is living on in Bedford, and Lee has taken it by the reins, as well as his staff there in Bedford County, supervisors, as well as the people who work alongside of him on the trail. They have made this place amazing, and Kenny would be very proud. I'm sure he is smiling from above. That being said, I was just there last year, and we did several races, Nino and I did, and the improvements from last year to this year it's not even a scale for this. we had a lot of fun last year. It was a great trail, great events, but the amount of work that had been put into this trail to make this event special and just encourage successful events from this point forward, there is absolutely no way to describe it. I asked Lee, because it was so obvious, how much time had been put into this trail between him and his people he works with. And he said over 300 hours since the spring. And if you know anything about hard work and trail building or trail maintenance, it truly is one, whether you get paid to do it or not, you have to have a lot of passion in it to do it right and not make things worse. And secondly, you have to have a vision of what it's supposed to look like, how it's supposed to ride. And then when you put that into a race scale, it's even harder. And so to make a race course is even more difficult. And they have taken this just normal trail and have turned it into an absolute phenomenal race course. And I say that to lead into this point here is many of you are not going to be able to pre-ride because you're maybe too far away, and this might be your only source of being able to know what this event and trail is going to look like. And I'm going to tell you now, you should not be nervous about that. This is a absolutely perfect race course. It's a little on the short end for an endurance race, but I'll be honest with you, as a parent of an 8-year-old, even an exceptionally good, talented 8-year-old mountain biker, when it's dark or, late into a race, knowing that he's never far away, and Lee told me that there was not a single point of that trail, that race course, that they could not, as the organizers and safety personnel, could not be to within 2 or 3 minutes. The peace of mind in knowing that is just words can't describe as a parent. And so I know many of you are much like me and my wife and want to make sure that everybody's safe and healthy and ends up going home in one piece. And this venue is going to allow for that. The course is definitely mountain biking. There's roots, there's rocks, there's tight turns, there's downhills that are steep and uphills that are steep. But when I tell you that you can actually go into this race without ever having a pre-ride, and you're going to be okay. You will have figured it out after 1 or 2 laps, and you're going to just be smiling like a mule eating briars. Trust me, this is an awesome place for beginners, for juniors, whether you're doing 4 hours as a team or you're doing 16 hours as a solo, anything and everything in between. This is the event you should be at. So join us on the 3rd week. That being said, you're seeing this course now, and I know it's really hard to tell because you don't know what it looked like before. I'm sure you can see some of the brush and some of the loose dirt, but even in the dry conditions, it hasn't rained here in over a week. And though we've had like the wettest summer all my entire lifetime this past year, but right now it's dry. That's okay, and it still was in phenomenal condition, and it's only going to be better by the time this race comes around. So you can see like all the roots, the bad roots. They used to have some, all places do, but bad roots, but they have been removed. And then other places have been smoothed over, but yet it's not so, dull. Yeah, it still has the roots and rocks and little jumps and humps, and you get to drift. It's a true mountain bike course, and it's a perfect place for this event. Great parking, nice bathrooms. One time about 13, 14 years ago when a storm came through, these straight line winds knocked down like 100 trees just on the course, and no matter how many thousands got knocked down in the area. But we actually had to seek shelter in the bathroom house there. So super nice bathrooms. I say that just say they paved the parking lot since I was there last, and free camping, the whole 9 yards. So no reason for you not to be there. But you can see right through here how flowy it is, how fast it is. And just to kind of give you a little insight is we did multiple laps, right at 4 laps today in the pre-ride. But on this particular one here, we averaged 11.8 miles an hour. Now, if you're new to the channel, Nino is 8. He's 8.5 to be exact, okay? 11.8 miles an hour. Now, does that mean that your 8-year-old is going to come and ride at 11.8 miles an hour? No, probably not. I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but Nino is exceptionally fast to be his age. But the fact that an 8-year-old, regardless of how talented they are, can go 11.8 miles an hour, even up some of these steep hills, but the steep hills are packed in tight, and they're not rough and loose, jagged rocks or anything. You can keep your speed, and if you have the leg strength, you are going to be able to propel yourself up these hills. And so this course is allowing for that. But at 11.8 miles an hour for an 8-year-old, riding behind Lee, who's a solid Cat 1 rider, and David Harlow, 5th in the national championship in e-bike. Got to get that plug in there for him. but we won't tell you how many people were in the category. But regardless, David's on an e-bike, and he said he wasn't even having to breathe hard. Lord, I'd hope not. But we had a great time, and just a hair over 20 minutes, like 20 and a half minutes for a lap time. And so, I say that to say, Lord knows how many laps you're actually going to be able to do if you do 16 hours of it. But it's fun, and you're never that far away from getting back to your water or getting back to a jail, or if you start cramping, you're not out 100 miles from your vehicle or 30 miles from the nearest aid station. You are literally, even if you have to walk your bike, you're less than an hour from being back at your car. There has got to be peace of mind in that. So kudos to Bedford County Parks and Rec and the trail crew and Lee for going out there and making this thing amazing. He said it was good in the spring, but they have since done like 150 more hours of trail work. And I'm telling you, you don't have to make it but about a quarter mile into single track, and you're like, wow, this is so much better than it used to be. And better, it was still good before. So that's just saying how awesome it is now. All right, just looking at the bike reg, just kind of let you know, they got expert men, expert women, beginner men, sport beginner women, masters 50 plus men, masters 50 plus women, Clydesdale, single speed, junior boys under 23, junior girls under 23, junior boys under 16, junior girls under 16, e-bike, 2-person team, 4-person team, an e-bike team, 2 to 4 person. That's just for the 4-hour race. For the 8-hour race, solo men, solo women, 2-person team and a 4-person team for the 8-hour race. And then the big dog, the Dirty Dog Dare, the double Dirty Dog Dare, solo or 2/4-person teams. Solo men, solo women, 2-person team, and a 4-person team with a note saying can be made up of any mix, but each team must, all caps, have at least one female rider. We got that covered with Bethany. That being said, look at all the categories. You want to know what the most expensive out of the entire event goes to? Those elite expert men at a whopping, get ready, get out your checkbook, make sure you put your whole paycheck in before you register, because it's going to cost you a whopping $40, elite men. What in the world? Bedford County RVA Racing, give them a shout out for making it reasonable. I mean, awesome job making it to where everybody, regardless of what you do for a living, you already got a $10,000 bike, you already got a $40,000+ truck, and you're probably doing, like us, 20+ races a year. They just take money everywhere they can, but not here. $40 for the elite men. Come on out and support this awesome event. In this part of the video here, Nino tried to sneak one in on us and took off. And this is where he, before he was just having fun, but this is where he started to actually give it an effort. And I'm going to be honest with you, I actually probably got a somewhat elevated heart rate trying to chase him down right through here. It took me a little bit longer than I expected to. Typically when I catch up to Nino, he kind of backs off, but I guess he was wanting to play with Lee. And so he didn't back off much. And if you know anything about Nino, he's still got some lessons to learn about going downhill and figuring out how to go fast in the flat areas. Now, I say he's really fast to be his age, but I'm talking like with the elite riders. But one daggone thing's for sure. When you put that boy going up a hill, you better make sure the boogers are out of your nose and you can breathe good, because you're going to use your nostrils and your lungs to keep up with him going up a hill. And Lee got to experience some of that today. And we got to the parking lot at the end, both of us shaking our head. And I just looked at Lee. I was like, it's hard to believe that a kid can ride up a hill that fast. And he just shook his head and said, I agree with you. And so Lee and Nino were playing, a little mini race for the last 10 minutes. And this is where it all started. But you can see the perfect layout of this course. And even the uphills are totally manageable. They've got great built-in switchbacks. And there's just really nothing that is going to be that difficult. That being said, for the crazy people that are doing a 16-hour solo, at lap 26, every single thing you see here is hard. So I'm a realist. I get that it's all in perspective. And if you haven't ridden a bike, in 7 months, but you're coming out here to support this great event because you just want to be a part of it, it's probably going to be hard on lap one, but that's okay. You know what? We got to start somewhere. And I got sick years ago, and I'm just getting back in it myself. And I am a fraction of what I used to be. But you want to know what? I still have fun doing it. And so I'm going to do it. So come out and join us. We're going to have fun, and you can see the trail regardless of your skill level. The trail is going to make it fun. Definitely in over half of it, you feel like you're going downhill. And then, as everything, as I tell my son all the time, what goes down must go back up. But even if you had to push all the hills, it's still not going to take you that long to get back to the start. And for the price, even if you just do one lap and you come support the event, you're supporting a great cause and motivating Bedford County and RVA and all the other people to come back and do this race in the future. So get registered, and we're going to see you there. So as I always do in each of the video, talk about a little bit what we've been doing and where we're going in the future. And it's been a busy, busy, busy summer. Nino did the US MTB series. Shout out David Harlow, putting on a great, great, great series. Did the national championship and did Middle Mountain Mama. That was one of the oddballs that were thrown in, but we try never to miss Middle Mountain Mama. And completed the Appalachian Journey, which was one of his season goals. At 8 years old, doing the 70-mile brutal race up in my home area, Floyd County, Virginia, put on by the Gordon Quadsworth. Shout out to Gordon, single-speed national champion. But it's been a busy year, and after Nino got out of school for summer, it's just nonstop, and I haven't been able to do many videos. So I'm going to be honest with you. This fall, there's going to be a bunch of videos being released since he's back in school starting tomorrow. This was the last day to go play in Bedford before he starts back to school tomorrow. But, hey, Cross is coming. Cross is coming, and that's where we're going from here. So this coming weekend, we are going to Panorama Farms in Earlysville, Virginia, for RVA's Racing's Thunder Cross, part of the VACX series. And it's really a prep. We do the NCCX. It's no offense to VACX. It's just all their events are so far away from us. And NCCX, they're all very close to us. So we go to to North Carolina Cyclocross. But Go Cross is one of the ones that Nino really, really, really likes in Roanoke. And it's about an hour and a half from the house. And my buddy Frank Dill puts it on. It's one of the biggest cyclocross races in the nation. And so Nino's on a new bike this year, and we're going to do a video about that because we actually found an awesome bike build for him. And super excited to show some people that have some kids that are into the elite level junior racing that are little like Nino. There is options available. It costs some money, I'll be honest with you. But with sponsorship and help, we were able to put Nino on one of the better bikes that I guess money could get. And so we're excited about that. But so kind of like a tune-up race, we're going to Thundercross up in Earlysville, and that's going to be this coming Sunday. And we're excited about that. Bethany, Nino, and I believe even yours truly is going to be racing this coming Sunday. Then after that, the next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we'll be at Fallon Park in Roanoke for Go Cross. Nino gets started. I think Frank Dill, man, come on, help me out, brother. Put him right before the elite men. But 7:45 in the morning, and Saturday and Sunday. And we drove there last year. This year we're taking the camper and going to make a weekend of it. But 7:45 start, and if it's a dry weekend, what's kind of interesting is Nino's the only person in the entire day that has a wet course. It's slicker than snot from the dew, and it's really fun to watch. So doing Go Cross, and then, hey, the reason we're here today, the Dirty Dog Dare. And we're doing the double Dirty Dog Dare, the 16-hour race. If we can get Brandon Helms, hope you watch this because you are going to be recruited to be on our team. Placed the call earlier, and he must have been mowing, didn't answer, but it's about to happen. So it's going to be me, the Nino O'Connell, Bethany, and Mr. Brandon Helms from Martinsville, Virginia. We're going to try to put together a 4-person team, and we're going to come up there with the intentions of maybe breaking some people's hearts with an 8-year-old. That's the goal, but you want to know what? We're good sports, and if we end up in last place, it will not be the first time Nino and I have been in last place, and we're still going to have fun, but I'm going to tell you, if you beat us, you're going to earn it. So we'll be there on September 20th, 21st. And then we got a couple weekends off before the second week of October when NCCX starts. And the North Carolina Cyclocross Series is one of the biggest in the East Coast. Super top quality competition, and Nino was the champion last year, and he is going to actually move himself up into the 11 and 12-year-old division just to, I guess for lack of a better term, get his butt whipped a little bit, make him better, because his goal, ladies and gentlemen, is to become the 10 and under cyclocross national champion. If you know about what happened this past summer, I'm sorry I haven't done the video yet, but it's coming. It's coming. Nino, congratulations, little man. He was the 2025 USA Cycling National Champion in the 8 and under division, and would have did quite well, maybe second in the 10 and under. But he didn't race that. He raced the 8 and under. He was the national champion, and so he himself said he wanted to be the national champion for cyclocross in Fayetteville, Arkansas, on the second weekend of December. So that's on the agenda. In order to make that dream a reality, it's got to be some hard work this season. So he's putting himself up against some stacked 12-year-olds in the NCCX and actually racing some 14-year-olds in this coming weekend's race. So stay tuned for a bunch of awesome videos in the future, and we'll keep you updated. Well, I hope you got a lot out of this race course preview. As you could see, it's nothing but fun, fast, and amazing mountain biking. We're going to see you the third week of September. Check out rvaracing.com. Register on Bike Reg for the super reasonable price. And thanks for watching. As I always say, please like and subscribe to support Nino's Adventures. And your subscription is free to you, but means a lot to Nino. And we will see you on the trail. God bless.